Welcome back to SmackDown Vs Raw 2007 GM mode. I am your host, attackslug. It is the Go Home Raw before Taboo Sunday and not Tuesday. But we have one last Raw to book and then a pay-per-view on the show today. And so, we do have two minor injuries to avoid, which is indeed John Cena and Bobby Lashley, the Almighty. He hurts people. But yes, Cena and Lashley and an impending return of Stone Cold Steve Austin in 3 more weeks. It's wild for Stone Cold. Also contractually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 contracts. And we have a 1.8 in our cash. Well, just about 1.8 in our cash, which is going to be eventually a problem, but not right now. So that means we minimize our gimmick matches on the show for the go home and then maximize those gimmicks on the actual pay-per-view, and hope that with my 6 ongoing rivalries, some better than others, I will hopefully get a nice big boost from that pay-per-view against SmackDown, and then we'll go from there until the next co-branded Survivor Series, and see how that gets booked. I honestly don't know. So, on this Raw, Las Vegas, Nevada, how and who and what is going to happen on this episode of Raw. Also, I should check my stamina situation here, even though I'm going to have a bunch of standard one-on-one affairs, mostly. So, it shouldn't really matter on their stamina, but I still want to check just in case on what's going on here. So it is Umaga, Triple H, JBL, and Ray. But also, content, I don't care. Okay, now, having not cared, let's head on and see what there is to see. Your main events, which apparently the Reign of Terror from Triple H means that Cactus is no longer in that top tier contention for that world title. But hey, singles match, standard. I would love to do this, but... oh wait, no, now he's back. Bro. 1 win from Cactus put him back in contention. I'm not mad at that. I kind of want to make sure that Cactus wins here, because then at least I will have that guaranteed world title match at the pay-per-view. And that, you would assume, would help boost that match rating. Hopefully making sure Cactus walks out world champion, bang bang. But John Cena and Edge. And we know Cena is minorly dealing with some problems. And I could run Edge versus Carlito with John Cena in his corner, even if that would be a not so great match rating. I could do that. So, John Cena, I am concerned with your, not stamina, but your minor injury. Which means single with manager and changing up how things look here. That's not going to be a good match rating, but what can you do sometimes, right? Obviously, pay-per-view hype. But also, in number 1 spot here, comeback reminder. Oh, hell yeah. Match number 4. We also don't want Lashley getting hurt before the pay-per-view. If he gets hurt there, that's is what it is. But RVD and JBL, the concern now would be on the stamina of Mr. Layfield. A ladder match is less fatigue cost and less money cost than a hardcore match. So that is the plan with RVD and JBL. Now, I can actually make a change here, because Booker T is recovered from his injury. Therefore, RVD will fight Booker T in a much better stamina fatigue position, and still keeping Lashley out of action until our tag team match after this. But Trish versus Melina. Did I hire? I did. Mickie James. So if I go handicap 1 on tag instead of 1 on 2 as I usually do, and it is Melina and Trish, who we know cannot coexist, but we try anyway, versus Mickie James. And then we have Umaga and Dude Love, who Umaga has like the highest stamina cost, so therefore Umaga gets just a standard singles matchup with Dude Love, Have Mercy. And Bam Bam and Ray also has some, his stamina's not the best. So guess what? Standard singles matchup for Mr. Mysterio and the Beast from the East. Okay, which means not the best in terms of a go-home Raw. We're going to lose some, but if we can stack that pay-per-view, hopefully avoid injury, and also make enough money to pay my talent, all those things should line up. $81,000 on the show cost. Not that mad at that. Let's confirm the card and move on with this bit of business. Bam Bam and Ray. What do we get? It is Bam Bam Bigelow, Umaga, and Dude Love. Dude Love. Mickey, I need you to lose this matchup. It didn't happen. Again. Wild. RVD and Booker T ladder match. It is RVD. Edge and Carlito is not going to get a good star rating. And Carlito, with the help of John Cena, gets the win. Cactus Jack and Triple H. So you know, in this business, we do what we do. Here is your winner. And new. He did it. Mrs. Foley's baby boy did it. Once again, the champion, Cactus Jack. Bang, bang. Now, how badly did I get beat by SmackDown is the question. No, wait, I won by 80K. How did... Bro, I barely booked any gimmicks. It was a 4-star Raw. Okay, like, that makes no sense to me, but okay. A 3-star... All right, what happened on SmackDown? Who got hurt? Like, what did they even book there? I don't know. But, interference, Eddie, 5.6 and 4.3. So, Eddie showed up on Raw, where he used to work, lying, cheating, and stealing. But, SmackDown GM did one too many slanderous promos, and it backfired on them. Finally! And Dusty Rhodes in a ladder match. But yes, Taboo Tuesday this Sunday, because that makes perfect sense, right? For the first time ever, Taboo Tuesday will take place on Sunday, which is not how days of the week work, boys. No additional injuries have happened. On my roster, let's check on Bam Bam being unsatisfied, wants some gold. That's not happening on the pay-per-view, Bam Bam. I'm sorry. Triple H's fatigue is terrible, and he might not have a cage match against Cactus, but he has to have a match because that's our world title. Come on now. And then Cactus, Umaga, like, I don't understand. I booked them in a standard match. Why did their fatigue increase that much? It's baffling to me. Also, Carlito wants gold as well. Melina wants to win, and Austin is still out for 2 weeks. And Umaga wants a title opportunity, as does Bam Bam Bigelow. So 2 weeks, 2 weeks, and 1 week. Now, should I or should I not put Cena in a gimmick match and risk an injury, as well as Big Bob here? I don't know. We lost one, and it was our world title. But why? At this point, I'm not even going to bother putting it back up for one show. That's dumb. But they had a world title match, which Cactus won, and it was not for a gimmick. It was a standard match, and it still dropped the rivalry. Let's look at our reports here. SmackDown did a 3-star SmackDown. So 2.5, 2.5, 3.5, 3.5, 3.5 for Dusty, Neidhart, and Shawn. Meanwhile, Raw was 3.5, 3.5, 3, 3.5. I'm surprised that this got 3.5. Honestly, I am. So thank you to Carlito. That's cool. And a 4-star, again, standard main events. And the stamina was not great, but look at the money. Nearly 400K increased in our cash. So I needed that for sure. And we maintain our lead by a bit here, but it all comes down to how well this pay-per-view performs. And I don't want any additional injuries, even if having a possibly injured Triple H and a returning Stone Cold would kind of even out, but I want them all healthy. That's the plan. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I will keep this match, and I will not add a stip. The IC title, Edge versus John Cena. But again, the problem is if I add a stip to this, the potential for Cena to get hurt is a lot higher. Also, tag team title matchup. Finally, my women's matchup will be standard Melina and Trish, the usual. Umaga and Dude Love. I can give them a stipulation. They perhaps will get into the cage. Give me something in a cage here. And Bam Bam versus Ray. Last man standing match with a guest referee of Carlito. And before I run this show, let me look at my contract situation here with my roster. So, contractually, 22222, we got to sign some guys here for longer contracts here, so $200K for Booker T. Cactus, obviously, $200K for Cactus. John Cena, got to get him here for another 5 weeks. Melina, $198. Rob Van Dam at $217, and then the lovely Trish Stratus at $199, which puts us, available cash is under $1 million. That's a problem. Like, boy, is that a problem. Mickey and Umaga can wait, as well as perhaps trades here after this Taboo Tuesday. Now, was it smart to have these signings and then make these trades? Perhaps not, but that's kind of how I operate things here, and it's worked so far. It might not work much longer. So, Taboo Tuesday, El Paso, Texas, on a Sunday for some dumb reason. Not the most... Oh, hold on. For those tag team titles. Duh. Yeah. And here's hoping my thumbs up here in my rivalries will carry this card. We have 5, and 4 of them have 2 thumbs. So please give me extra stars for those. I would like the stars and the budget. Please and thank you. Let's confirm the card. Taboo Tuesday. Match number 1, last man standing match. Ray is the last man standing. Umaga and Dude Love in the cage. Dude Love wins in the cage. Trish and Melina, and Trish walks out champion. RVD and Lashley versus Booker and JBL tag team titles. And still, the Rob and Bob connection. Edge versus Cena, IC title on the line. John Cena, your IC champion. And your main event, WWE Championship. Cactus Jack, Triple H, and Triple H does it again. Did my roster survive? New deal, interference, new champion. 550 is the change. It was a 5-star, supposedly. Pay-per-view. SmackDown is inconsequential. Yeah, Eddie again shows up. Look, I will trade back for you, Eddie. Relax yourself. 6.18 versus 3.82. But most importantly, I did not have any additional injuries. So, let's check on my roster. I mean, it's funny because they still have these 4 are still here. And I will run these until they all go away. Because that's just extra stars, man. If it is indeed one more show of these 4, that's fine. Like, not mad at that. But, current champions, Trips, RVD and Lashley, Cena and Trish. And my roster, my fatigue level. So, Ray, Trips, Umaga are kind of the bad 3. And then from there it goes down, which is fine. In my morale, only Bam Bam is unsatisfied, and perhaps I will have Bam Bam team with Umaga to get a shot next time. I don't know. I have not decided yet because it is only the one who is unsatisfied. So that's the concern there. We have some weeks here for Umaga still. It's fine. And in terms of injuries, 2 weeks, 2 weeks, and 1 week. So we're just about there on old Stone Cold to get back in action and get his revenge on the game. Maybe. We'll see. Honestly, perhaps he won't even be a contender. I couldn't say. In the meanwhile, I do wonder, after having this pay-per-view, should I propose a trade for my high fatigue superstars? I kind of am not concerned about keeping the Bulldozer, but he is 83 and 74, which is kind of down there for these rosters, so that becomes a concern. 83 and 88, I don't want any more cruisers. 86, 79 for Mr. Perfect, but more importantly, 12-week contract. Can I trade Umaga for Perfect? Would that work? SmackDown. Are you that dumb? You are not. I have noticed, though, that we don't have a full roster here, which means if I were to try to give you a 2-for-1 deal and get somebody popular for two guys who are less popular, but those numbers are higher than the one number, what if I went into the free agency? This is certainly a risk. And I said, give me myself for 70K. Bring in attackslug. And then propose the trade of Umaga and attackslug for Mr. Perfect and his 12-week contract. What do you say, SmackDown? Holla holla. Trade declined. Okay, that was like, actually, bro, no, sorry, pass. Well, again, that was a risk, and I wasted 70K, but it is what it is. I'm going to save here and call things for this fine Wednesday. I'll see you next time for more videos right here on this channel, and I'm out.